Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are
Hello
the pride
guys.
of Fontaine. Be
Hello
sure to
guys.
befriend them and cause them no harm.
Okay. ठीक है ठीक है. Hello guys. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. तो आज हम फिर से आगे Genshin में. तो आज हम करेंगे 5.1 का एक्स्ट्रा जो भी है क्वेस्ट. फिर उसके बाद 5.2 चालू होता है तो होता है का देख लेंगे. आज रात में शाम तक देख लेंगे. बाद में एंड तक शायद 5.2 चालू भी कर दूंगा. तो करेंगे हम. 1 मिनट में फटाफट थंबनेल बना रहा था. बना क्या रहा वो उसको थोड़ा अपडेट करना है कि वो एक्स्ट्रा है. सबको पता चल जाएगा कि वो थंबनेल में एक्स्ट्रा ही है क्योंकि ज़्यादा भी कुछ है नहीं उसमें करने लायक. तो भाई ये 5.1 का एक्स्ट्रा पार्ट कर रहे हैं अब हम. तो भाई अभी हम फटाफट ही क्वेस्ट चालू करते हैं. करना भी तो है ना क्वेस्ट. वो भी क्वेस्ट है सारी सारी. ये रहा विंगलेस करेंगे. द विंगलेस वन ऑफ द टेलाकोन टालालोकान जो भी है ये. तो हमें ये फटाफट ही क्वेस्ट करनी है. ये लंबी थोड़ी बहुत तो रहेगी. थोड़ी बहुत लंबी स्टोरी क्वेस्ट है तो फिर देखते हैं. चास्का को भी निकालते हैं हम. और चास्कर इस बैनर को हम पुल करेंगे. देखते हैं अगर ये निकल जाता है तो ठीक है. वरना मुझे नहीं लगता निकलेगा ये भी. मेरी तुम देख लो यहाँ पे बहुत ही कम मतलब मेरे को नहीं लगता गारंटी. अगर स्ट्रीमर लक है तो निकल सकता है वरना तो कोई गारंटी नहीं है निकल ही जाएगा. ना ना मुश्किल है भाई निकलना. मेरे प्रीमो जेम्स वेस्ट हो जाएंगे. वही है. वही रोना धोना है. ये करना भी है फिर निकल भी सकता है नहीं निकल सकता है कोई गारंटी नहीं है. तो हटाओ इसे बाद में देखेंगे हम. तो हम भाई अपनी स्टोरी लाइन पे आगे बढ़ते हैं. स्टोरी क्वेस्ट पे.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
मैं क्या थंबनेल डाल रहा हूँ. रुको 1 मिनट है ना. थंबनेल डालना जरूरी है भाई. थंबनेल अगर मैं डाल देना तो ठीक रहता है. फटाफट थंबनेल डाल लेता हूँ. फिर उसके बाद हम चालू कर रहे हैं. थंबनेल हमने लग चुका गाइस. अब हम चालू कर रहे हैं. तो 1 2 3 लेट्स स्टार्ट. तो गाइस वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल. वेलकम बैक. अरे शांति.
Settle down.
शांति नहीं मिली. वैसे मारना नहीं चाहिए था पर मैंने मार दिया. क्या करूं. मारना चाहिए नहीं था. जरूरी भी नहीं था. कोई बात नहीं. हाय रिया.
Bow your head.
एनिमे लवर कौन है ये. बढ़िया बढ़िया जो भी है. देखो भाई देखो. वॉचिंग वॉचिंग स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. अरे कुछ बात करने का ऑप्शन है भी नहीं है। क्या करूँ मैं? परफॉर्म वेलिंग एंड टॉक।
Settle down.
क्या करूँ क्या मैं? अच्छा इससे बात करने का है। रुको रुको रुको। ये बन के जाता हूँ मैं देखे।
It's a Kukasaur. Oh my gosh. Is this really happening? I did it. I summoned one. I was beginning to think you'd all given up on me completely. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Looks like her mood lifted now to wait till she's not looking and fly out of here. ठीक है भाई।
Excuse me? Would you mind if we did some flying practice together? Right now?
इसकी मदद करनी ना अपने को। हाँ?
I think I know where I went wrong in the test now. I need to maintain a higher speed on my turns. So, I just gotta practice my bell tail slides and split S maneuvers.
Yikes. Those sound complicated. I am out of my... It's too dangerous.
Also, I really want to try some stall turns and cobra maneuvers.
Kiki, I never you carried a passenger let alone while doing all that. I need to get out of here.
Huh? That sounded like a whistle. Is someone else trying to summon a Kukasaur?
Now's my chance.
Hey! Wait! Wait!
With that whistle providing perfect cover.
Do you think Koyer's feeling better now? Let's go back to that bridge and check.
हम उड़ गए भैया ऐसे ही। कहाँ उड़ के आए हम? हम यहीं उड़ के आए। चास का उधर। ये अपने में सिखा रही उसे माँ बेटे। अरे भाई भाई पिताजी कहाँ से आ गए बीच में? अरे रहने दो सॉरी बाय बाय सॉरी सॉरी जा रहा हूँ लड़ना ही नहीं फैमिली अपना फैमिली संभालो तुम उधर जा रहा हूँ मैं बाय बाय हाँ बाय बाय पीछे पड़ गए चलो हम तो निकल लिए यहाँ पे सब सिखा रही है मम्मियाँ उनको कैसे उड़ा जाता है ठीक है बढ़िया ये हम चल रहे हैं यहाँ से हेल्थ बढ़ा लेनी चाहिए चलो बताओ
Chaska! I summoned a Kukasaur! They do still respond to me after all! Although, unfortunately, someone else summoned it away again before I had a chance to go for a flight.
Oh, really? That is unfortunate. But if you can do it once, you can do it again. Keep at it, and you'll pass the trial eventually.
You're right. You know, I almost thought about giving up, but I'm glad I didn't.
Hey, Chaska, how's Koyer doing?
Huh? Who are you? And how do you know my name?
These are my, friends. The Traveler and Paimon.
ज़्यादा बोलती
You
पाएंगे
came up in conversation the other day because I was telling them about up-and-coming warriors in our tribe.
Oh, the Traveler, huh? So that's you. What do you mean up and coming? I'm closer to being wingless than I am to passing the trial. Anyway, we haven't met before, have we? You look so familiar somehow.
Maybe you saw her in the stadium? Or anywhere, really. She's been all over Natlan lately, so it's not surprising that you've seen her around.
If you say so.
Yeah, that must be it.
Koyer, Chaska. Here you are. I've been looking everywhere for you two.
Oh, Elder Alpa! What's the matter?
I thought I should tell you myself. We're going to redo the flying trials.
Redo them? How come? This is so unexpected. And I can't believe you came out here just to tell us that in person.
It's embarrassing to admit, but due to time constraints, we didn't do a proper inspection of the arena before the last round of trials began. Then we started to notice many candidates performing worse than expected. So we redid the inspection afterwards and found a number of issues which likely impacted candidate performance. This was entirely our mistake, and I apologize unreservedly. I know it doesn't make up for it, but I thought bringing you this message in person was the least I could do.
Oh, okay.
Chaska, these people you're with, are they the Traveler and Paimon?
Huh?
बिल्कुल.
You've heard of us?
I have indeed. Gathering intel is an essential part of being a warrior. Plus, you've already made quite a name for yourself in Natlan. Actually, I've been meaning to invite you to enjoy our tribe's hospitality for some time.
Hospitality? Oh, that includes food, right?
अरे तो भूखी रहती तो जगह तो.
Of course it does. If you let us host you, you'll be treated quite lavishly. Mighty warriors are highly revered in our tribe. Besides, we still owe you for your help during the war. Without you, we would have suffered far worse at the hands of the Abyss. So I like the chance to show you our gratitude on behalf of the whole tribe.
मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ अगर तुमने पिछला एपिसोड लाइव स्ट्रीम का नहीं देखा तो जाके देखो यार पार्ट 3 भाई बिल्कुल बहुत लड़ाई वड़ाई झगड़ा बहुत एक्शन हुआ उस एपिसोड में 5.1 के एंड में वो जाके देखो यार हाईली रिकमेंड कर रहा हूँ जाके देखो फिर आओ ये एक्स्ट्रा चीज़ें हैं जो मेरे को करनी है 5.1 में और वो भी मैं कर ही रहा हूँ मैंने सोचा इनको दिखाने से अच्छा मैं तुम्हें लाइव स्ट्रीम पे दिखा दूँ मेरा भी एडिटिंग का खर्चा बचेगा मतलब खर्चा क्या बोल रहा हूँ एडिटिंग बचेगी और टाइम बचेगा और तुम साथ साथ देख भी सकते हो फील भी कर सकते हो तो इसलिए ठीक है ना गाइस मैं यही बोलना चाह रहा था तो कंटिन्यू वॉच करो देखो
Mighty warriors, plural? So Paimon counts too? Paimon's starting to like you a lot.
अरे
That should go without saying. Your flying skills are the envy of our tribe.
That's a good point.
The Flower Feather clan seems like a really nice bunch of people. We definitely need to take her up on this offer.
Well, I'd love to stay, but I'm afraid I still have to inform the other candidates about the retrials. With our younger generation's future on the line, there's no time to lose.
Wait, Elder Alpa! Let me help! The sooner everyone gets the news, the better!
Very well. In that case, Chaska, could I leave you to entertain our guests?
Sure
जरूर.
thing.
Okay. Let's meet by the obsidian totem pole later. Collier, let's get going.
Okay.
Infant Courier Flyer.
All right, they're out of earshot. I'm just gonna come out and ask. That Kukasaur who responded to Koyer's call, that was your doing, wasn't it?
दूर से पहचान में आ गया दूर से.
I grew up with these creatures. I could tell something was off the second I saw it. Her whole demeanor seemed less like a Kukasaur and more like, well, you. So I figure you must have been pulling the strings somehow.
I can't believe it's so true.
She looked very flustered when Koyer asked for a ride. So I whistled to give her a chance to escape. And judging by the look on your face, that was a welcome intervention, huh? It's all
जरूर
right.
बचा लिया.
If you'd rather your hidden talents remain hidden, I respect that. I won't press you for answers, and I'll keep my speculations to myself. You're the kind of person I'd still trust even if you had superpowers. I know you'd use them for good.
Technically, does that count as for good?
I think the ends justify the means in this case. She just lacked confidence, and you helped her resolve her internal conflict. If you hadn't intervened, I likely would have gotten my mom to help out instead. Although, having said that, there's a small chance she might have recognized her and seen through the whole thing. That would have done more harm than good.
Well, likely no harm was done in the end.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're free now, how about I give you that tour I promised?
जरूर. चलो बढ़िया भाई। ये अलग वाले पंछी हैं, ये उड़ के गए ना अभी, ये अलग है, ये लोग, ये अलग है वो अलग है। अब ये लोग तो बिल्कुल ही हमला ही कर देते, बिल्कुल ही। ले लूं मैं सर, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ना, मैं ले लिया, थैंक यू। और मैं अपने लिए एक्टिव कर रहा हूँ, इन्हें लड़ने का क्या जज्बा है भाई। सॉरी बाय बाय। रेडी शेडी से लूट के मैं, चलो भाई को बाय बाय। ये उड़ के तो नहीं आते ना हमला करने, बाद में उड़ के आया पता चला। चलो वहाँ भी जा सकता हूँ मैं, पीछे वो जगह वॉच का नेटलैंड है, वहाँ जा सकते हैं हम। वो अलग ही स्टोरी है, वो शायद बहुत अलग स्टोरी है वहाँ के। मैंने ज़्यादातर वो कर लिए हैं, टेलीपोर्टेशन डिवाइस जो भी सेट कर लिए हैं, वहाँ की भी स्टोरी करेंगे बाद में, अभी नहीं, बाद में। अरे मैं वो ऊपर करने दो यार। क्या हो गया भाई? बच्चे लोग खेल रहे अपने में, ना कोई
They're
जरूरत नहीं लग
fine.
रही।
Just doing their daily combat training.
वही
Combat training? A little young for that, aren't they?
Not to us. We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were the most elite troops in the nation, responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan. And even though times have changed, we've kept our martial spirit alive.
ये वॉरियर्स के साथ यही होता है
Hey,
हमेशा।
is that Chaska?
Jessica, you're back!
Oh, can you come train with us?
Now's not a good time, I'm afraid. I'm showing the Traveler and Paimon around. Maybe next time.
The Traveler and Paimon? Wait, you mean that legendary warrior and legendary flying expert?
फ्लाइंग एक्सपर्ट।
Yep, that's us, alright.
Awesome. It's so cool that you can fly without having to ride a cuckoo-soar. Even Chaska could only do that for short distances. Miss Traveler, can you teach me some cool sword tricks?
Oh, Miss Traveler, my family's shop makes the best volcano cake. You gotta try it.
Let's behave ourselves, everyone. These people are here as our guests. They're going to meet Elder Alpa in a few minutes anyway. Kotini, instead of being jealous of other people's talents, why not work on developing your own? Kapak, there's no point in trying any cool sword tricks until you've mastered the basics. Have you done all your sword drills today? And Yatlan, easy does it, okay? Not every conversation has to turn into you plugging the family business.
Okay.
बढ़िया। Chaska mini lecture
Sorry about those
counts
kids.
children's down.
They just got overexcited when they heard your name. I hope it didn't bother you too much.
ना,
This is a
बच्चे
volcano
बच्चे।
cake that Yatlan forced into my hands. She said to think of it as an apology gift.
Whoa, it smells amazing! Traveler, you want some?
जरूर। Taste nice.
That's good.
Good.
Yatlan will be thrilled.
By the way, Chaska, those kids really adore you. You're way better with them than Paimon expected. Paimon figured you'd be more... aloof, maybe?
अरे रे।
Aloof, huh? Well, to be fair, there was a period when I was like that. Around the time when I first joined the tribe. But it's a terrible attitude to have as a peacemaker. It tends to turn situations that could have had a peaceful resolution into a stalemate that can only be resolved by force.
Resolved by force, meaning beating both parties into submission.
Yep, exactly. As long as other options are available, I try to avoid that at all costs.
जरूर।
Someone once told me that peace imposed by force will crumble in a matter of days. But peace achieved through genuine dialogue actually benefits both sides. Even if sometimes the parties are only willing to negotiate because they're both armed to the teeth.
That's true. Hey, Chaska!
Uncle Cusco knows you're back, and he's coming to get you.
Oh, thanks. Traveler, Paimon, got a dash. I'll meet you at the totem pole up ahead. You can't miss it. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
जरूर.
Wait, are you running away?
First rule of conflict resolution? Grab the fan and run before the you-know-what hits.
Trust Chaska to make even running away sound cool.
Sorry about this. Just stall him for me, okay? I'll explain everything later.
अब हमें कहाँ जाना है? कहाँ जाने का है? अपने को उधर जाने का है. Coordinate with task अब है. Splitting up. जरूर जरूर. बताओ क्या हुआ?
A golden-haired outlander and a white flying object. You
White
must be the
flying object.
traveler in Paimon.
Flying object
I
ही बना दे
heard
Paimon.
Chaska was with you, but I
खिलौना है
suppose
वो.
she's run away again, has she?
Sorry, who are you?
Who am I? Only her father. She's supposed to go for a checkup every 3 months to see how her abyss condition is doing. We both agreed on it. But she's already missed 3 checkups this year. That's 3 out of 4. Yes. She got exposed to abyssal energy as a young child. Then her birth parents abandoned her. It's lucky those wild cuckoosaurs found her when they did, or she wouldn't have made it. They took her under their wing and raised her as one of their own. Eventually, some riders out on patrol spotted her and brought her back to the tribe. But she was practically feral at that point. The moment you took your eyes off her, she'd be getting herself into a fight, or she'd run away to be with the Saurians. She seemed to prefer them to her own kind. She might as well have been a Saurian in human form.
That must be the aloof period she mentioned, right?
Sounds like there was more going on than just.
We later discovered that her exposure to the abyss had planted seeds of conflict in her heart. So, we started trying to bring it under control. But ultimately, she's the only one who can control it. Anyway, she's much more human these days.
Much more human these days.
Don't worry about her. She seems pretty stable to Paimon. She's probably only avoiding the checkups because she thinks it'll stop you guys from worrying about her.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. She knows she needs to be careful. If her condition ever took a turn for the worse, she wouldn't be brushing it aside like this.
Then what's there to worry about?
It's just, every checkup she's been to, they find new cuts and bruises. Nothing to do with the abyss, of course. Oh no, that's all fine. The problem with her is, she's her own worst enemy. She's been living dangerously again. I'm sure of it. That's why she's avoiding the checkups. She wants to hide it from us.
Yeah, Paimon can see her doing that.
Oh. In the past, she always had Koichi to keep an eye on her. Now Koichi's gone, and I don't want to lose another daughter. Chaska's been increasingly reckless since Koichi passed. It's like she's trying to make up for it somehow. Next time you see her, please tell her to be careful for me. Even if she doesn't want to hear it. If she doesn't want to do these checkups anymore, that's fine. I just want her to stop putting herself in harm's way.
क्या बात है? अब ये हर पेरेंट्स के ही होता है बच्चे ठीक
We
रहें.
should be back up with Chaska before it gets any later. To get to
ऊपर ही
the
थी.
totem pole, we need to head north,
ऊपर ही थी
right?
अभी. पूछ लूं क्या बोला अंकल एक बार तो बताओ.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep you so long. I don't get to talk about my daughters much. And once I got going, I lost track of time. I should be getting back to work now. So, oh, Chaska. Help me talk some sense into her, won't you?
जरूर कोशिश करेंगे। पर तुम ये देखो यार, कितना अच्छा लग रहा है भाई, कितना भाई गेंशिन है भाई। फोन में भी अच्छा दिखता है, पर प्लेस्टेशन की बात ही अलग है। पीसी प्लेस्टेशन की यार पूरा एकदम फुल मजे लो भाई, बढ़िया। इसलिए मैं प्लेस्टेशन पे खेल रहा हूँ गाइस, मैं पूरा मजे लेना चाहता हूँ। तुम्हें भी मुझे दिखाऊं तो मेरे पहले पुराने वीडियो देखोगे ना तुम, तो उसमें पता चलेगा कि मैं फोन पे खेलता था हमेशा से। यही है ना? हाँ यही है। पूछो भाई।
Hey, Chaska. Hey, Alba.
Sorry to keep you
It's all
waiting.
right. I bet my dad talked your heads off, huh? What did he say?
That you said you run off from every day. Yeah, from the beer.
I was sometimes a little impulsive back then.
That's putting it mildly.
The memories. It feels like it was only yesterday when we brought you back and had Cusco and his family take you in. Back then, no one imagined this feral child would grow up to be the strongest warrior of the Flower Feather clan.
Huh? You were the one that brought Chaska back to the tribe?
That's right. Elder Alpa was already a veteran rider by then. She spotted me while patrolling from the skies and tracked down my Kukasaur mom. Mom agreed it was time I tried to re-enter human society. But I didn't know the first thing about being civilized. I clashed with everyone who had to deal with me.
And look at you now. Renowned throughout the land as a peacemaker. How time flies. When the day comes that I can't fly anymore, it will be up to you to look after our tribe and our flying squad.
You know me, though. I'm not a natural commander. I'm better off as a lone wolf on the front line. So stick it out at least a few more years, okay? Give Koyer and the others time to come into their own.
Oh, stop.
Wait, so isn't the leader just the strongest warrior in the tribe? At least Paimon figured that's how your tribe would work.
Strength is certainly a core tenet in the Flower Feather clan. But strength means far more than martial prowess alone.
If it all came down to individual strength, I'd struggle to call myself a warrior, let alone a member of the flying squad. Any fighter in the tribe could take me down.
मतलब वो दिमाग जरूरी है ना, मतलब दिमाग और पावर का कॉम्बिनेशन होना तो बढ़िया होता है। Really, I had you down as an elite warrior like Chaska.
Well, sorry to disappoint you. It was something I aspired to at one point. So much so that I went adventuring in the Cinder City, Ashkanatlan, to try and prove myself. But it was foolish of me. I wasn't ready. I came back empty-handed and seriously injured. The fact that I survived was something, I suppose. But after that, I never seriously considered myself a strong fighter.
And yet, you still managed to become the leader of the flying squad, thanks to your experience and determination. All while battling those old injuries. Don't you think that's a display of strength in its own right?
Let's shelve this discussion for now. Traveler, Paimon, there are some simple refreshments on the table. Please help yourselves.
Yes! Paimon was waiting for that part! They were for the snack stomach. The refreshment stomach still has plenty of space. Paimon is so full.
Well, if you're enjoying our hospitality, feel free to stay with us as long as you like.
Elder
क्या हो
Alba,
गया?
there's, something's come up.
क्या हो गया? क्या हो गया?
What happened? Is it serious? Shall I deal with it?
It's... Some merchants showed up, not from our tribe. They said they're here to discuss some potential collaboration with us. Why now? This is terrible timing. There are a few wingless that we haven't managed to reach yet, and we still haven't inspected the retrial arena.
Whoa, what a busy schedule. Guess that comes with being an
Let me handle the other errands while you meet with the merchants. You shouldn't be trying to do everything at your age.
You should help too. Seems only fair after all that food we ate.
We're not here for fun.
Huh. Well, much obliged. Chaska, the remaining wingless are all people you know. Let's see. Pishika now manages the floating target balloons. Waska's probably still addicted to Eyes on the Feathered Prize, and Junon spends her days up on the flying platform, staring at the Cinder City. I'll leave you to tell them the news.
3 या 4 लोगों से बात करने का अपने को चले गए लोग तो चलो भाई तो हमें चलना है यहाँ पे पहले चलो बात करो
Are you sure you don't want to reconsider, Pashika?
I appreciate it, boss. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with my life nowadays.
Pashika, they're redoing the flying trials. Huh? Utoda?
Ah, did Alpa send you? I was just telling Pashika the news, actually. The way things are with the tribe these days? I mean, you don't need me to tell you. This here is no future for a seasoned warrior like you.
इसके कितने scratches लग रहे भाई एकदम
Do you have any
wounded
idea how long it's been? I've been wingless for years now. I'm not cut out for that anymore. Of course, I'll do my part if we ever need to defend the tribe. But there's really no point in me trying out for the flying squad now. I've already made my peace with it. Not everyone has what it takes to return to the sky after going wingless. Elda Alpa's perseverance is something else. And it's okay if I'm not destined for greatness. I might not have the Kukasaur's approval, but with my hot air balloons, I can still reach the skies. Handling these balloons every day, seeing how the customers react, the looks on their faces, that's enough for me.
Finding something you love doing can be just as hard as passing the flying trial. It's worth holding on to.
Fair enough. It's your choice. I won't force you.
Oh, by
This
the
guy's so
way,
scared.
you should try taking a balloon ride if you've got the time. Once you've been up there for yourself, you'll see why I love it so much.
Maybe next time for sure.
No problem. If you ever want to give it a try, you know where to find me.
जरूर जरूर चेक करें जरा क्या चेक बाद में देखेंगे चलो 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 कौन कौन कहाँ है कौन है ये क्यों बैठा है इधर क्या हो गया
A retrial? What's the point? I pretty much treat life like it's a game. No Kukasaur is ever going to approve of that, no matter how many times I try.
Waskar, I can assure you, Kukasaurus wouldn't judge you for something like that.
Well, they must be judging me for something. Maybe I lack fighting spirit, or just don't have the talent. Not everyone's a natural like you. Don't waste your time on me. You'll have better luck with the ones who still have their heads in the clouds. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna treat myself to a few more games of Eyes on the Feathered Prize.
Yeesh, there's wingless, then there's being a total lost cause.
You used to be a fierce warrior, actually. But fighting spirit alone won't win you the Kukasaurus approval.
Are all Kukasaurs so strict? The ones in floating target balloons and Eyes on the Feathered Prize seem pretty chilled out.
It's one thing to hang out and have fun, but quite another to take to the skies with a human life on your back. Giving a ride to someone who's unqualified endangers not only the rider, but also the Kukasaur themselves. If the rider makes a mistake, they both suffer the consequences. So we have a mutual understanding with the Kukasaurs. If someone isn't up to standard, we have to reject them. Even if it means breaking their hearts.
सेफ्टी भी तो जरूरी है दोनों की, वही बात है, सेफ्टी भी जरूरी, इनकी भी सेफ्टी जरूरी है, तुम्हारी भी सेफ्टी जरूरी है। एक तरीके से ठीक ही है, पर कैसी आवाज आती है वही इसके बलून्स। किधर है, कौन है, कहाँ है? ओहो ओहो, एक फ्री की चेस्ट कर लेंगे बाद में। ऊपर है ना एक, ये रहा। मेरे को ट्राई करना है, 1 मिनट रुको। अरे अरे अरे, ये क्या हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, ये क्या हो रहा है? अरे अरे, मेरे को ये चाहिए ऊपर, ले लेंगे बाद में, अभी मैं भी क्यों वेस्ट करूँ तुम्हारा टाइम। कहाँ पे है वो? चलो, मैं ट्राई कर रहा था बस।
Need a surfboard? Off we go.
Hey, Junan. Gazing out at Ochkanatlan again, huh?
Chaska? What are you doing here? Is something up?
The flying squad is hosting retrials again soon. Want to give it another try?
Maybe you're forgetting the definition of wingless. I've failed so many times already that I've decided to call it quits for good. I'm done. Elder Alpa always goes out of her way to come and tell me when a new trial is coming up, and it's nice of her to think of me. But nothing's gonna change. I'm not going to suddenly pass just because they're holding another trial.
They're making some big changes to the arena this time, so the flying experience should be smoother than before. Koyer's gonna try again.
No, forget it. If I was genuinely good enough to make the squad, the location shouldn't affect my chances. A true rider can fly confidently whatever the conditions, like you and Elder Alpa. Shunan! They're redoing the... Huh? Chaska and the Traveler. You're already here. I guess they told you already then. Come on, let's go train together.
इसके तो हार ही मान ली इन लोगों ने तो यार, करना ही नहीं ट्राई।
I'm gonna sit this one out. What? Yeah. Why? But you've always looked up to Elder Alpa. She went wingless after her injury and spent years drifting, but even she came back and made it in the end. If she can do it, why can't you? I mean, I don't have that kind of perseverance. And besides, the last thing I want to do is fail in front of her yet again. Oh, come on. You know you don't need to worry about that. Alright, well, how about we just treat this as you being my mentor? Then will you train with me? I mean... Enough umming and ahhing. Let's just get up in the air and figure it out as we go. Wait! Hold on, slow down. I can't keep up.
ऐसे दोस्त होते हैं भाई, पकड़ के लेके जाओ भाई. Yeah. Jinan unwilling should go the side way.
They've been best friends since they were kids.
ऐसे दोस्त होते हैं भाई.
If anyone knows how to get Junan out of a rut, it's Koyer. You helped Koyer deal with her internal conflict, and now she's done the same for someone else. You know, people often talk about how one conflict leads to another and so on. But sometimes in life, things spiral in a good direction instead.
बढ़िया बढ़िया. चलो एक पार्ट कंप्लीट हुआ. एक्स्ट्रा है ना, ये तो सारे मिशन से एक्स्ट्रा है. ये देख पूरा करना पड़ेगा.
Hopefully the tribes are getting back to normal. The Flower Feather clan was hit the hardest, right? That's Chaska's tribe. Maybe we should check how everyone's doing.
अरे भैया.
We might be able to help them out. We've notified all the wingless on the list now, right? Where to next?
the trial arena. It's not far from the tribe.
चलो चलो मैं ऐसे क्यों जा रहा हूँ? मैं टेलीपोर्ट भी कर सकता हूँ। कोई बात नहीं, अब आ ही गए हैं तो चल लेते हैं। थोड़ा चलना भी चाहिए। ढूंढना पड़ेगा भाई, ढूंढना पड़ेगा। वैसे मैं इधर क्यों जा रहा हूँ? मेरे को तो जाना तो फिर उधर है ना। कुछ रास्ते से देखते हैं। पूरा पहुंच जाएंगे हम उधर तक। ऐसे उड़ के जाएंगे तो ये तो वो वाला लग रहा है। वो कौन सा है? नाइट वार्डन वॉर्स का। फेदर क्लैन तो उधर है, नाइट वार्डन वॉर्स इधर है, बाकी चिल्ड्रंस ऑफ एक्कोस और वो पीपल ऑफ स्प्रिंग उस साइड है, चिल्ड्रंस ऑफ एक्कोस इस साइड है। ये तो नाइट वार्डन वॉर्स है भाई। मास्टर ऑफ द नाइट विंड्स, वही नाइट वार्डन वॉर्स जो भी है। मास्टर मतलब बात तो एक ही है, वो कहते थे उन्हें यही ना, मास्टर्स ऑफ द नाइट विंड। ये अलग ही ट्राइब है।
Wonder if we're allowed in here. Oh, the door opened all by itself. Taking that as a yes. Aw, the Tommy store from earlier. It's really here.
That's the one who summoned us.
Then let's go introduce ourselves.
चलो कितना जा रहे हैं?
Hello there. Okay. Probably doesn't understand what we're saying. Doesn't look like any cogs are turning in there.
इनके चमगादड़ जैसे है ना, छोटे छोटे से प्यारे से उल्लू चमगादड़।
No offense intended.
You there! You dare disrespect our elder?
अरे चित्ते क्या हो गया?
Oh, you mean... Oh, I see. Sorry, my mistake. Apparently you are here by invitation, in which case it's my job to make you feel welcome. Some introductions are in order. I am Kaholam, one of the priests of our tribe. And this is our Iktomisor elder, the great Tlapokpok Teets Tatel, a living totem among the masters of the Night Wind.
क्या Tlapokpok Teets Tatel?
Quite a tongue twister.
In truth, we usually go with Elder Tlapo for short. You are welcome to do the same.
We are invited here in a very unusual way.
I assume you're referring to our Elder's special ability. Elder Tlapo has been alive for many centuries and harbors secrets that even we priests are at a loss to explain. So your reaction is entirely natural. But one thing I can say for sure is that Elder Tlapo has appointed the two of you to an extremely important task. For this reason, I would like to ask you to undergo a test.
What sort of task? And what kind of test?
If it's all right with you, I'll take you to see our chief. He's in a much better position to answer your questions.
जरूर।
Okay, sure.
Very well. Then please follow me.
जरूर चलो।
You can use this scroll to go directly to the obsidian altar, where the chief is. Don't worry, it's just one of the many mystical abilities of our tribe.
भाई बाद में करना को प्लीज। चलो अभी चले, टेलीपोर्ट ही हो गए हम। ओहो, जादूपंती। वाह क्या जगह है, मजा आ गया बिल्कुल ही। ओह जादूपंती। वाह भाई।
Whoa, what was that just now?
One of the routine duties of a priest. We attempt to contact the spirits of our ancestors to seek epiphanies and revelations. The chief is just over there. Please wait here while I have a word with him. I'll just be a moment.
Well, the Masters of the Nightwind are definitely living up to their reputation as the mysterious ones.
जरूर।
All right, I've told the chief why we're here, and now you may speak with him. Right this way.
चलो भाई। अभी मैं कह रहा हूँ बिल्कुल ही मतलब जादूपंती।
So, you two are the appointed ones. I am Chief Biram. Welcome, and thank you for your patience.
So tall.
Unusually so. Yes, I am aware, but I assure you, it's no cause for alarm.
Oh, no, of course not. Sorry, Paimon just reacted without thinking.
What's this about using an appointment?
Yes. Kaholam told me about that. As outsiders to our tribe, this is probably the first you've heard of such appointments. I'm sure the whole thing seems very confusing. Throughout our history, only members of the Masters of the Nightwind have been appointed to undertake these tasks. This is the first time an outsider has ever been chosen.
Really?
Allow me to explain. Our tribe has an old tradition of recording history in the form of woven scrolls. And not just our own history. We record the legends and heroic feats of all other tribes as well. It is a tradition we have observed for many centuries. We treat it as a solemn duty. However, when a major event occurs that affects all of Natlan, we record it on a different kind of scroll, used for this exact purpose. And these scrolls can only be woven by someone of the Ictomisaur Elder's choosing. When the Ictomisaur Elder senses a major change in the ley lines, it will issue a formal declaration to appoint a creator for this scroll.
Whoa, so you mean...
Elder Talapo sensed a ley line change quite some time ago, but had not yet designated the scroll weavers until you arrived.
Okay, but just so you're aware, we don't know the first thing about weaving scrolls.
As a matter of fact, that does not surprise me at all.
How come?
In the 200 years that Elder Talapo has held this position, none of the appointed ones have ever been experienced scroll weavers.
Does that mean 200 years of major historical events have gone unrecorded?
No. They all submitted scrolls in time, yet each of them claimed it was not their own work, but a gift from the spirits.
Man, this tribe gets more mysterious by the second.
Yes, well, that is the part that troubles me. The notion that we have to rely on esoteric things like gifts from the spirits to record historical events of such great importance. It is unsettling.
Huh. That's pretty surprising to hear, coming from the chief of this tribe.
I can imagine. You probably see the Masters of the Nightwind as a people shrouded in mystery, who pride ourselves on our arcane practices. But I am something of an exception. I may be the chief, but when it comes to our traditions, I'm in fact a proponent of change and reform. I have dedicated my energies to deciphering the many mysteries of our tribe. In doing so, I hope to establish clearer rules that will help sustain our traditions in the future.
Wow, that sounds great! So have you figured out the mystery of the gift from the spirits?
Sadly not. It is something I've been investigating for a long time. But I have yet to uncover what this gift truly refers to. Only a small handful of events over the years have been recorded on these special scrolls, with decades between each one. And by the time the next scroll weaver is appointed, my time as chief will be long gone. I will not be in a position to investigate as thoroughly.
So...
While I haven't gotten to the bottom of the matter, I have made some progress. But the only way I can develop my theories further is with the cooperation of the appointed ones.
And that's why you want us to put through with this.
Precisely. It's nothing to be worried about. Simply a means of validating my current hypothesis. It shouldn't take you long, nor will it put you in any danger.
Well, let's know what is involved in
I can explain everything in detail when we get to the site of the test. But first, please wait a moment while I change out of the soul-shielding cloak. This garb is one of our important cultural relics, handed down by generations of chiefs. It is only to be worn when conducting certain ceremonies.
Oh!
Carefully handed.
Please, follow me.
लंबा चौड़ा आदमी है यार, 8 फुट का आदमी, 7-8 फुट का लग रहा भाई चौड़ा.
Do you see this scroll? If you touch it, you will enter a hidden space.
क्या बात?
Today's test is, quite simply, to find a way to escape that space.
That's it?
I assure you, it's not as easy as it sounds. If you cannot find your own way out, I will of course intervene to bring you back here. But then, we will be no closer to solving this mystery.
Well,
Good.
give it a try.
Simply touch the scroll to begin the test.
जरूर जरूर सर, कितना लंबा चौड़ा आदमी है. चलो. ओहो, क्या जगह?
Whoa, we really did get teleported.
But where's the way out?
It seems like this place is completely sealed off. Doesn't look like there's an exit anywhere. Let's take a look around and see what we can find.
जरूर. क्या जगह? लेने पड़ेगी लिखी है. चेक करो. This scroll was purposely being hung in the very middle of the ceiling. Whatever it means, it must be significant. Must be have a significance. ठीक है. इधर क्या है? There's some sort of machine here, probably used for brewing. यहाँ भी वही मशीन है. Large pile of woven scrolls. That thick layer of dust indicates that it must have been here for a long time. तो यहाँ पे स्क्रोल है, वहाँ पे मशीन है, यहाँ पे टांगने का ऐसा.
There are so many woven scrolls here. Paimon remembers seeing some of them before in other tribes. They seem to record historical events. This one really stands out from the rest. For starters, it's the biggest of them all. Wonder what story it tells.
The colors are very distinctive too.
Yeah, you're right.
Bright one है मतलब.
Over there, something just flashed. Traveler, did you catch that?
Maybe that's how we got it. Oh. By seeing things we couldn't see before.
Oh, right. Paimon's with you.
जरूर समझ गए क्या करने का अपने को. सॉरी. ये रही दोपहर. ये रहा. ये लेना है.
This looks like our ticket out of this place.
Just ले लो भाई. इधर ये रखो. R2. बस ये हो गया हमारी एग्जिट. ये हो गया हमारी एग्जिट तैयार. अब मैं थोड़ा घूम लूँ उधर. कुछ मिस तो नहीं कर रहे हम. ये हैं क्या? ये क्या है? ये गोस्ट लोग कौन है? क्यों नहीं है? क्या है गोस्ट लोग का सीन? क्या है भाई? क्या सीन है भाई तुम्हारा? गायब हो जाते हैं. कोई बात नहीं, होगा इनका कुछ. ऐसे तो कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा है. हम ही चलता भाई यहाँ से. प्लीज करो.
We finally made it out.
It is just as I thought. You are indeed capable of undertaking this mission.
That's the rule we are 30.
Yes. You saw many distinctive-looking scrolls there, didn't you?
Sure did.
This specific kind of scroll was left to us by our ancestors. Upon investigation, I discovered what sets it apart is the use of a color not featured in ordinary scrolls. It is a most mysterious color that most people cannot even detect. I myself had to employ special techniques to confirm its existence. Yet there are those who are born with a natural ability to perceive it. And that is why I wanted to test you.
You mean...
That space you just entered was an exhibition room for storing this variety of woven scrolls. Centuries ago, a great shaman by the name of Huitzilin put in place a security measure so that anyone who entered the room without permission will become trapped inside. It exists to this day. And although I have not managed to decipher how it works, I have at least found out how to turn it on and off. Once someone is trapped inside, it is all but impossible for them to escape without outside help. Unless they share the great shaman's ability to perceive that strange color.
I think I know what you mean. I did see the certain color in that.
Clearly, you must have this ability. Which leads me to believe that our Ictomisaur Elder can sense this ability in people, and that it appoints a scroll weaver on this basis.
Another secret power? Traveler, you are full of mysteries. Still, having this ability doesn't change the fact that neither of us know where to start with weaving a scroll.
Don't worry about that. The method for weaving this kind of scroll appears to be largely the same as for an ordinary scroll. The main difference is in the dye that gives it its unique color. If my suspicions are correct, This dye is the key to weaving the scroll, and your special ability is the key to obtaining it. The dyeing process is also a little different from the norm, but I don't anticipate any major issues there. As long as you two can source the dye itself, I can assist with the application.
Cool! We'll follow your lead!
Great! Then please use your abilities to source the necessary ingredients. And in the meantime, I will have someone prepare some fabric for test dyeing. We'll make a few sample pieces to test out my hypothesis. And if that goes well, we can begin the scroll in earnest. If you agree to help, you can expect to be handsomely rewarded once this is all over. So, what are your thoughts?
I think with the abilities to help comes responsibility.
Agreed! Especially if there's a reward in it. What is the reward, by the way? Is it food? Paimon hopes it's food.
Given the stakes involved for our tribe, I was thinking a substantial sum of mora would be appropriate. Surely that would be preferable to just a free meal.
Mora works too! Anyway, how do we go about finding these ingredients? Are we supposed to just keep walking around Natlan until we stumble across them?
Thankfully not. I've already identified a location where I suspect they may be found. And I've arranged for someone to guide you there. Your guide is waiting just outside. You can set off at your leisure.
जरूर ये भी हो गया मतलब शुरुआत के मिशन से इनके वो पूरे कर लिए हमने अब हम देखते हैं क्या ही किया जाए अब मेरे को मिलेगा ना ऑप्शन कहाँ से क्या करने का है भाई कहाँ है इतने सारे मिशन करने मेरे को आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट तो वही है भाई मैं आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट भी करूँ ये भी करूँ समझ नहीं आ रहा रुको एक मिनट अब ये जो मिशंस हैं ये आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट के लिए थे मेरे को ये करने ही थे एक ही है ये करेंगे ये करना था ना अपने को क्योंकि दोनों ही हैं स्टोरी क्वेस्ट है मेरे को ढूंढने दो उसका नेटलैंड का वहाँ पे है to understand the custom tradition in known and different मैंने दोनों एक साथ चालू कर दिए थे ना तो पहले मैं लाइट का करूं या वो करूं समझ नहीं आ रहा ना कंफ्यूजन बहुत है भाई ये करेंगे जो चालू किए थे वो करेंगे पर इनको इन दोनों को खत्म करना है बाद में आर्कन क्वेस्ट करेंगे Request.
Oh, hey there, Chaska. Did Elder Alpa send you?
Yeah, she's got other things on her plate right now. How are things looking here?
Well, the inspection revealed numerous blockages all over the trial arena. It looks like they're the result of ley line disorders caused by repeat abyss invasions. Theoretically, we just need to clear those obstacles, and the arena will fill up with gaseous phlogiston again. But that's proving difficult to achieve in practice, for all sorts of reasons. Why don't you head on down and check things out for yourself? Feel free to ask the staff for more details.
जरूर। तो मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ पहले ये विंगलेस का कर लेते, फिर उसके बाद ये करेंगे। मतलब अभी पहले विंगलेस पे 2 क्वेस्ट पूरा ध्यान रखते हैं भाई। तो भाई
Why don't you head on down and check things out for yourself?
जरूर। मैंने इसका ट्राई किया नहीं। ओहो कहाँ है, कौन है, कहाँ है? जी बिल्कुल।
Oh, are you here to help? Thank goodness. There's no way I could do all this by myself. So the blockage here has to be cleared using a special bomb, but carrying explosives up that steep slope would be a recipe for disaster. If I dropped it or slipped and fell, I'd be blown to bits in an instant. So, my plan was to transport the bomb to the other side, then send it over in a hot air balloon. All I need now is for someone else to strike the balloon at the right moment, dropping the payload right on top of the spout, and problem solved. What do you think? Simple enough, right?
समझ गया, मतलब मेरे को हॉट एयर बलून से इसके ऊपर बम गए।
Huh?
ऐसे कुछ something।
Oh, that one. No, I've got no idea who that belongs to. Or how they got it up so high. I just wish I could fly up there and check out what kind of tech they're using. Ah, well. Getting the trial arena back in order is more important. I'll head over and set up now. Let me know when you're ready.
समझ गया। चलो।
All right. Get ready. All right. Get ready.
Let's fly.
इनको उड़ाने का है ना, इसको यहीं पे। चलो इधर आ जाओ। ले भाई, गलती जगह फोड़ दिया। रुको सॉरी माय बैड।
All right. Get ready.
Locked on. Locked on.
अरे सॉरी माय बैड। गए तो बहुत मुश्किल है भाई, इतना भी नहीं है सर।
All right. Get ready.
चलो ये भी कर सकता था, पर मेरे को ऐसे करना था। हाँ ऐसे करना था मेरे को, ऐसे मारेगा तो मेरे को।
Locked on.
This is crazy. I put all of my strength into it, but it just won't break. Maybe Inkanak was right after all. If a stable structure is formed inside the solid phlogiston, I'll need to hit all the weak spots at the same time to break it. But how am I supposed to do that?
समझ गए क्या करने का अपने को। लो ये इजी। कौन कहाँ है? ये बढ़िया लग रही है भाई। लेंगे भाई, चास्का को लेंगे। देखो बिल्कुल स्टाइल में बैठी है, लेंगे भाई इसे, बिल्कुल गारंटी से। ये देखो अच्छी लग रही है, लेंगे। बताओ आपकी क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
I think it should be possible to clear this spout with just a few hard hits. But there are signs of strange life in here. Meddling with it might be dangerous.
कोई गारंटी नहीं सर.
Open fire!
Monsters!
तेरी ये लो.
I thought I was done for. Oh, this spout should be good now. Thank you very much.
अरे कितनी कूल लग रही है सर. बढ़िया भाई. चलो उड़ो, ऊपर चलो. उड़ो, गिर गए. और कौन रह गया उधर? बताओ सर.
The gaseous phlogiston is being replenished. Looks like all the spouts have been unblocked.
ऐसे मार दिया जी, जीत गए हम तो. इनसे बात करने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी मेरे को. बढ़िया भाई. चलो भाई. मैंने ऐसे मार दिया, मेरे को इनसे बात करने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. अरे भाई थोड़ा और चढ़ जाओ भाई फरीना, प्लीज प्लीज भाई, थोड़ा सा प्लीज. स्टैमिना जा रहा था मेरा भाई, तो चढ़ गए फाइनली. किधर हो आप? इधर हैं. चलो. मतलब चास्का के साथ खेलने में अलग ही मजा है. बस मजा आया, मतलब बिल्कुल काउबॉय जैसी फीलिंग थी भाई. बिल्कुल ठीक है भाई. अच्छा गन के साथ लेंगे जरूर भाई. 3 दिन है बच रहे, कोशिश करूंगा मैं ले लूँ. अरे प्लीज प्लीज अंदर. करना नहीं चाह रहा था, पर जाओ मरे. बिजी करो, बिजी रखो, बिजी रखो. अरे बिजी रखो उनको यार. रो रो रो. ये हो गया इनका भी. बताओ क्या करना है.
Wow, you took care of everything in no time at all. Incredible work. Now we just have to wait until the gaseous phlogiston is fully replenished. Then we can kick off the retrials.
Actually, Inkanak, I'd like to do a test flight first, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Could you arrange that for me?
Huh? But you only just finished getting the arena ready. There could still be other hazards we're unaware of.
All the more reason to have me test it out. Think of it as another inspection.
I guess you're right. With your flying skills, you won't be in any serious danger, even if there are hazards we overlooked.
The conditions in this area seem a little unstable, but a test flight is the only way to catch any lingering issues.
All right, I'll get things set up for you. Just let me know when you're ready. Are you ready? This should be a piece of cake for Chaska. All right, then spread your wings and fly.
Giddy up! Giddy up!
स्पीड में करना है। थोड़ा नीचे चलो।
Giddy up!
इजी है वैसे तो। और किधर है ये रहा? मैं ट्राई अरे करीना को
was
गिरा दे तुम लोग।
amazing. Paimon couldn't take her eyes off you.
सीधा।
No, nothing major. Give it a few days, and we should be able to conduct the trials.
Help! Help me!
क्या हो गया?
You're from the Flower Feather clan, right? Please, come quick, you've got to help us!
Catch your breath first. What's the situation?
We got attacked by a Kukasaur. My friends are still stranded in the middle of the road with the goods we were transporting. Please, I'm begging you, save them!
Huh? Are Kukusaurs really that aggressive? Do they usually attack groups of people unprovoked?
Not in my experience, but there are exceptions to every rule. Let's go check it out.
जरूर।
Ouch! I've never seen such an aggressive Kukusaur. Ouch! I've never seen such an aggressive Kukusaur!
पहले तो ऐसे आराम से बोलना तब क्या हो गया? काउबॉय वाला म्यूजिक चला दिया पीछे इन्होंने।
Tasca? Traveler? This is a surprise.
Elder Alpa? Huh. So, where's this aggressive Kukusaur we've heard about?
Already flew away. Looks like it backed off once it realized that reinforcements were coming.
So why do you think it attacked these people in the first place? Was it after the food?
No. These merchants are even transporting food.
Ah! Thank goodness! The phlogiston wings are intact!
Phlogiston wings?
Thank you so much for coming to our rescue. These phlogiston wings are our most prized goods. If anything happened to them, it would ruin us.
Wait a minute. Are you the merchants that were looking to collaborate with us? Wormy told me about you.
Yeah, that's us. So I take it you're Elder Ulpa?
I am. You must be exhausted from your journey, not to mention shaking up from the attack. Let me bring you back to our tribe to rest. We can talk business after you've recovered.
But Elder Alba, what about the Kukasaur attack?
Well, our guests here weren't seriously injured, and their goods are intact. Perhaps that Kukasaur was just having a bad day. There are so many of them around here. You'd expect something like this every once in a while. I don't think we need to pursue it any further. More importantly, how are the preparations for the flying trials going? Is everything in order over at the arena?
Everything's on track. The time will be able to say.
Huh? Did you say flying trials? What a coincidence! Sounds like a perfect use case for our phlogiston wings. You'll be pleasantly surprised by what they can do.
Oh, really? Now I'm intrigued.
Well then, let's forget all about this Kukasaur attack for now. We have some serious business to discuss.
Huh?
So that's it? That all went smoother than expected. Well, guess we'd better get going. Huh? Chaska?
What are you looking at? Wing.
A blood-stained feather.
The incident forgotten about a visual rumor his father couldn't get in the next few days. पढ़ने तो पूरा है. अब ये ऐसा तो नहीं कि यहाँ पे कुकू सोर्स के विंग निकाल के कई लोग ये लोग ऐसे जा रहे हैं. मैं डार्क जा सकता हूँ. तो विंग ऐसे ही था. लगते जरा कह नहीं सकते कुछ. सारी सप्लाईज ले लेनी चाहिए टाइम टाइम में. हाँ भाई इनके आगे के करें. ये रहा एक और. ये रहा यहीं पे है ना. इधर है. इधर ही जाता हूँ. इधर से जाना तो इधर ही अपने को. ज्यादा हाइट नहीं. इधर होगा ये. मैं सोच रहा हूँ इनको कंप्लीट करूँगा. कर ही दो कंप्लीट. इधर ये तो फिर तो आर्कोन मिशन चालू हो जाएगा भैया. ना ना अभी नहीं करना. आर्कोन मिशन में तो अलग ही करना था ना. मैं कहता रहा हूँ मेरे को भी आर्कोन मिशन तो अगले कल से करेंगे. यहाँ है. मैं यहाँ से आया हूँ तो मेरे को अब इधर जाने का. इधर जाने का अपन को. इधर चलो गाइस. इधर चलने का अपने. ये तो अलग ही जगह है. यहाँ पे तो नहीं. यहाँ नहीं जाने का. यहाँ जाना. यहाँ जाने का है आपको. यहाँ से सेट.
Are these private letters or?
ये रहा. ये आर्कोन क्वेस्ट के बाद होएगा क्या यार?
Being too popular can be such a hassle.
ये तुम्हें देखना पड़ता है ना
Would
भाई.
adore me so much.
इनको यहाँ ही लग रहा है. यहीं जाना मेरे को. जो नीचे. ये जाना मेरे को. ये कहाँ है ये लोग? नीचे. क्या होगा क्या होगा क्या होगा क्या होगा क्या होगा? ऐसे हेल्थ निकली हुई फटाफट. हेल्थ निकल गई
I still couldn't do it.
टेम्परेचर कितना गर्म है इधर का समझ ये जाना तो इधर ही अपने को चलो भाई चलो यहीं कहीं है वो तो नहीं वहाँ पे वही लग रहा है एक मिनट देखते हैं होना तो इधर ही चाहिए तो इधर ही चाहिए ना ये शो ही नहीं कर रहा है चढ़ सकते थे इसके ऊपर शो ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ ये कर लेते फिर शो भी तो करना चाहिए गाइस हमें इधर आ जाना चाहिए क्योंकि वहाँ पे वो दूसरा पार्ट शो ही नहीं कर रहा तीसरा वाला ना मैं इधर आके चालू करता हूँ गाइस चलो चलते हैं कहाँ है वो राउंड इधर ही था वो ड्रॉप कर लो भाई बड़ा ड्रॉप था भाई कहाँ है वो राउंड इधर है ये लोग और नीचे है क्या नीचे ही है वैसे तो एक बार में तो मिलते भी नहीं चीजें एक बार में गुफाएं मिल जाए तो काफी ठीक नहीं लगे मेरे को चलो बताओ
I take it you're the ones appointed by Elder Talapo?
Yep, and you are...
Call me Toltec. The chief asked me to be your guide for the day. His messengers already filled me in on the situation. So just follow me.
Legendary color. फॉलो मी कह के कुत्ता आगे निकल गया साला। ये खुद इतना कह के इतना आगे कैसे निकल जाते हैं, तो समझ ही नहीं आता मेरे को एक बार में। गाइस मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि इन दोनों को मैं कर लूं, हो जाए ना ये सारे मिशंस, तो फिर उसके बाद हम थोड़ा फ्री हो, फिर जाके 5.2 करूंगा मैं कल। चलो किधर है ये कुत्ता? लाओ ये लाओ, ये ला दो बस।
So the dye is somewhere in this cave, huh?
This is as far as I can take you. Only the appointed ones may proceed from here.
Why's that?
Kind of a long story. Apparently, there's a certain fruit that grows in this cave, the juice of which can be processed to make an excellent dye. Many years ago, our ancestors set out to make a series of ambitious works of graffiti art. They selected this cave to make them in, presumably due to the availability of the dye. However, they didn't want anyone to see their work before it was completed, and so they sealed off the entrance to control access. To bypass the seal, you have to have mastered the art of color perception, or something like that.
Oh, right.
The strange thing is, our ancestors never removed the seal, even after they finished the graffiti art. Since it was sealed off, the only person who's been inside is the great shaman, Huitzilin, and that was 300 years ago. According to her, the artwork tells the story of a hero by the name of Kuntur. But I digress. Sorry, I'm a big fan of graffiti artwork. Once I get talking, I can go on for hours.
So you're sure you don't want to come with us?
I'll pass. I tried to get in once, but the seal blocked my way. I tried getting my Iktomi to clear it with its powers, but even that didn't work. I guess it's supposed to be a test left there by our ancestors. If you don't pass the test, you're not worthy of viewing their works of art. Don't worry about me, though. I wouldn't be joining you this time even if I was able to get in. Unlike our chief, I don't have the guts to challenge our traditions. This task is specifically appointed to someone by the Iktomi Elder. Who knows what bad things might happen if I got involved?
Fair enough. Alright, we'll try not to take too long.
चलो सबसे पहले आइटम ये पेड़ पौधे और एक ही है जरूरी चीज है भाई। ये करने की जरूरत नहीं थी। पत्ता गोभी कौन लेता है? कैबेजेस कौन लेता है? अरे तुम्हारी
Looks like there's no way past. Maybe try the same thing as before?
Illusions है ये सारे। रुको एक मिनट। तो पहले ये करके ये यहाँ पे है कैसा कलर 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 थोड़ा आगे चलते हैं ऐसे करने के। हो रहा पूरा जंगल ही बना दिया तुमने।
This should be the place. That fruit Toltec mentioned should be the one on the wall, right? Now the only question is, which ones do we pick?
This is probably where my special ability is the G mention
Well,
comes
go
up.
ahead, try it out.
जरूर. किधर है? कौन है? कहाँ है? कौन है? ये तक.
You saw something, right? Whatever it was, grab it.
You're in for a little shock.
स्लाइम आके रोक रही. अरे.
Oh my.
लाओ 1 मिनट. फूल पत्तियां ला दो और एक फोटो ला दो. बस अच्छी लगती है खींचने में. क्या सीन है भाई? इनका क्या करूं मैं? अरे एक कलर आ गया मेरे को. से कलर हैं. समझ गया. बिल्कुल ही समझ गए अच्छे से. और तो आते भी तो नहीं एक बार में. इनका भी टाइम लिमिट है. समझ गया मैं. ओवर ब्रेन ओवर साइज लोग. भी आ जा. तो मैं इन्हें एक साथ नहीं ले सकता. पिकअप.
These guys' ancestors made some real works of art here. But based on what we've seen so far, it seems like there should be more to the story. Do you think maybe there's more artwork further inside? Seems kinda strange.
Maybe we can take a look at it if we want. Maybe, but we have to focus on that.
Oh, no need. Paimon was just thinking aloud. Toltek's waiting for us, and we have a job to do. So maybe it's best if we head out now. Let's head back and meet up with Toltek.
हम सब कर लेंगे. पहले मेरे को 1 मिनट चेस्ट ले लो. चेस्ट होगी जरूर यहाँ पे. और भी कुछ है क्या इधर? कलर ये रहे ना. बाहर निकालो इन्हें. इनका कुछ तो सीन है भाई. कहाँ रखूं मैं इन्हें? कहाँ लगाऊं मैं? ऐसे तो नहीं होगा ये. ऐसे तो नहीं होना चाहिए. कुछ तो जरूर होगा इधर. मैंने जब इनका कलर लिया ही है तो कुछ तो होगा ही यार. ऐसे तो नहीं हो सकता. ये हिंट तो नहीं. ब्लू रेड ग्रीन हो सकता है.
We're back, and we found the ingredients for the dye.
Sounds like you made it through the seal then. Our Iktomisaur elder was right about you. It's getting late. Follow me. I'll take us back.
टेलीपोर्ट मारो फटाफट. चलो Teleport. इतना टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करता हम. खोलो रे. लीडर टच. चलो घुसो अंदर. चलो बात करें लीडर से. अभी आप स्पॉन हो गए अभी.
Toltec has updated me on your progress. Well done. I appreciate your efforts.
Sure thing. Here's the stuff for the dye.
Submit. Give.
I see. Yes. This is certainly a very different substance from typical dyes. Okay, now let's try our hand at making some samples. The fabric is ready for testing.
Got it.
Please come with me.
Come with me को नीचे लिखा follow me. पढ़ेगा भाई. आओ. चला जाए.
Take a look at this. It's a woven scroll made by one of our ancestors. This is the kind of thing we're trying to make.
Ooh.
The person depicted is the legendary shaman, Huitzilian. She lived 200 years ago and was once appointed by the Iktomi-Sur Elder, like yourselves. She was especially skilled in the art of color manipulation, and of course completed her task with flying colors. This scroll is a record of her deeds, and was most likely the work of her own hand. The quality is simply breathtaking, even compared to other scrolls of this variety. Sadly, since she passed away, all of our Iktomi-Sur Elder's subsequent appointees have had to rely on the gift from the spirits to complete their work.
But now you are about to review.
That's a good way of putting it. My only quibble with your phrasing would be, it's not just me, but us.
Now Paimon's getting excited.
Bring out the samples. Now, as I mentioned, the dyeing process is a little complicated, but I am confident you will manage. Just make sure to follow my instructions carefully.
We'll do. Let's get
the pattern has already been sketched out on the sample, so you just need to dye each block with the correct color. But you'll need to wait for the dye to fully soak in between each step to make sure the colors don't run.
Dye the fabric as instructed. को तो करने दो. वो खुद ही कर दिया इन्होंने. बढ़िया.
Ha ha ha! Good! The dye is taken to the fabric, and the pattern is crisp and clear. Next, apply all the remaining dye, and we should see that elusive signature color emerge.
Okay, final step.
Apply the ring.
Did it work? Paimon doesn't see it.
Oh, that color isn't showing up. Oh, the dyeing has failed.
Did I mess up something?
No, your technique was flawless. You did everything exactly as instructed. It would have made no difference if I'd done it myself.
Then what went wrong?
It could be the weaving technique, or maybe the dye has to be applied in a different way. Oh, whatever the case, it looks like I have failed to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Sorry, Paimon wishes we could do more to help.
I am the one who should be apologizing. I made you do so much work, and it was
ये
for
ऐसा लग रहा
nothing.
है, ऐसा लग रहा
I
है
will, of course, honor my commitment to compensate you for your trouble, but I do hope you won't give up on this task.
ये
I
ऐसा लग
plan
रहा
to
है
keep
जैसे पिताजी
investigating,
अपने बेटे को
and will be
समझा
sure
रहे
to keep you updated with any progress.
हैं। हाइट देखो उसकी,
Don't worry, we're not quitters.
बिल्कुल ऐसा ही लग रहा था।
Does have a question though. This whole process of recording history on woven scrolls seems so complicated. Why don't you just write it down instead? You said yourself you're all about change and reform. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to start, don't you think? Writing things down would be easier for everyone and your records would be more detailed.
I think you perhaps misunderstood my philosophy, but that's okay. I can answer your question, but there's somewhere I need to show you first.
Oh, sure.
कितना बड़ा आदमी है यार ये, इतना बड़ा क्यों है भाई तू? चलो कहाँ चलने का है? तो यहाँ चलने का।
You're
चलो।
in for a little shock.
ये अलग ही लगी, प्लेबल कैरेक्टर लगी ऊपर जो है ना, ये प्लेबल कैरेक्टर है भाई, बाद में आएगी जरूर देखना। चलो बाहर। अरे अरे क्या हो गया लीसा, पीछे क्यों उड़ गई अचानक? लगी काला जादू कर रहे हैं लोग, जादूबंदी चल रही इधर। कहाँ है भाई, कितने ऊपर है भाई तू? ऐसे ही बोल देता हूँ ऊपर है और पुराना है। टेलीपोर्ट 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 करो। यही बोल देता, यही आना है तब पर। कटसीन।
Cool. Look at this view. What do you think?
It's gorgeous!
Now, try looking a little further.
Whoa, that graffiti!
In all the years since the founding of our tribe, those colors have been with us every step of the way. It is true that I seek to bring new life to this ancient tribe through change and reform. But I also understand there are certain foundational things that we cannot afford to throw away. The foremost of these is the way we record our history.
Oh, that makes sense.
Since the very beginnings, our tribe has always sought to bring color to history. And I have a deep sense that this is one part of our heritage that we should not give up. So, whatever it takes, I must find a way for us to continue producing our traditional woven scrolls.
You're completely right. I'm sorry for what she said earlier. It was out of line.
It's quite all right. I'm just grateful you're able to understand where I'm coming from.
जरूर. We are committed to help you solve this.
Then let us hope that when we next meet, we succeed in reviving this tradition.
ये भी हो गया. अब दोनों के दो क्वेस्ट हो गए हैं. अब मेरे को ये देखने का है अपन को कि अब हम कहाँ जाएंगे भाई, क्योंकि इसमें डायरेक्ट अब यही होएगा कि मिशन करो. अरे वो तो हम कर लेंगे, मिशन तो कर लेंगे, मतलब आर्कन क्वेस्ट है ना, वो तो कर ही लेंगे. पर बेसिकली बात यही है ना कि अब पूरा मामला वही सीन वही अटक रहा है. अब ये लोग कहाँ, ये तो गायब ही हो गया, ये वाला क्वेस्ट तो गायब ही हो गया. अवेलेबल तो है पर ये यहाँ आ रहा है ना, आर्कन क्वेस्ट में ना. ये तो टॉक टू इंसान आफ्टर द रूटीन ऑफ नाइस नेटलैंड फाइनली। अरे आर्कन क्वेस्ट में ये, अब आर्कन क्वेस्ट तो मेरे को बाद में देखनी पड़ेगी। यही कर लेते हैं, ये भी यहीं पे जा रहा है। नाइट विंड लेटर, पूरा हिसाब किताब देखना पड़ेगा। बस ट्राई रेपुटेशन, हो ही जाए तो बढ़िया था ना। क्या मिला रिवॉर्ड में? बाउंटीज हैं तो मैं बाद में करूँगा। मेरे को सबकी करना है भाई, सबकी स्टोरी तो करनी पड़ेगा मेरे को। वही है, मेरे को सबकी स्टोरी करनी पड़ेगी, तभी मैं जाके यहाँ पे बढ़ा सकता हूँ अपना वर्ल्ड एक्सप्लोरेशन। ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, बैक करो, आ जाओ। लेवल अप मटेरियल है वो, कर लेता भाई, थोड़ा देख लेते हैं। मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि वो तो आर्कन क्वेस्ट है इसलिए मैं नहीं कर रहा, मेरे को एक्स्ट्रा करना है। आर्कन क्वेस्ट ही है ना, ये स्टोरी क्वेस्ट है। कर लेते हैं, हटाओ, करना तो था ही अपने को। यही तो है बस।
Going out to have fun is, well, going out.
कर तो लूँ मैं, बहुत कंफ्यूजन है भाई। मैं अभी करूँगा और चालू है वेब भी।
I brought all the stuff over, Coach. What's next?
चलो कोई बात नहीं, बेसिकली मैंने 5.2 भी चालू कर ही दिया। You two are in charge of repairing the house and or the rest should be get the road. Practically climbing need to my feet on way here. The whole thing will need to be
all right. I'll start by moving the boxes over.
I'll help you. These things can get pretty heavy.
Nah, I got this. These muscles aren't just for show, you know. You see that? Perfectly defined. I can lift this stuff up with one hand.
बढ़िया बढ़िया।
Fine, as long as you don't wind up too sore to move tomorrow. I don't want to hear any complaints from you.
Just prepare to be amazed. What? My back.
अरे ले भाई, कमर चटक गई। Well, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Take him to get some rest and apply some meds. Duty कमर. Take it easy for the next few days, alright? I don't want to getting worse. Don't push yourself. You can help out once you get better.
I knew I should have trained harder.
अरे कुछ नहीं भाई, तेरी पीठ टूट गई बस, क्रैम्प आ गया तेरा सा। Working out is different from real work. You got ease into it. Anyone still not have an assignment? Chief Muto needs our help. चलो. Hi Paim, what are you doing here?
We were just about to ask you the same thing. We didn't expect to run into you in these parts.
Well, my tribe is pretty good shape, all things considered. We are already done with all the repairs. I heard the power can had hit a lot worse through, so I decided to come here. On the way, I ran into a Ava of merchants from my tribe and brought them along. These are my students. Right to your sport coach. Ah, good memory. You are a sports lover. I can design a training plan for you. Look like you are in pretty good shape already. Competitive fighting, extreme sports, you should take your pick. As for you, Paimon, we might have to start off on a balanced meal diet. What are you खाती रहती सब जगह?
Meal plan? Like today, Paima just had some blazed meat stew, fried shrimp bean balls, sour sauce kipper, and stuffed and mashed potatoes. That's practically nothing.
ले भाई मतलब इतना सब खाने के बाद ना आते कुछ नहीं खाया भाई भूखी हूँ मैं तो पेटी में रहा. This case sounds even worse than I imagine. I know just the thing. Kale juice. I will make you some soon. मतलब करेले का जूस मान ले वो करेले का जूस पी पाऊँ.
Juice? Wait, isn't that your favorite drink, Traveler? If Eon-san's going to make some for free, Paimon would feel terrible if you won't get to try it.
करेले का जूस पी तू. Anyway, that's enough. I will talk for now. A little while earlier, the chief asked me to bring a few people to help us something. Are you two free? You can see due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm short of people. ठीक है जरूर.
Of course, we're also here to help. Let's go see the chief.
जरूर चलो. Perfect. Then follow me. Chapter 5. भाई यही दिक्कत है भाई मेरे को करना तो नहीं था पर कोई बात नहीं चालू हो गया तो कर ही लेते हैं. 5.2 भी तो चालू हो ही गया अपना बेसिकली. अब मेरे को एक्स्ट्रा करने थे इनके एक्स्ट्रा पूरे करने थे मेरे को. अब मैं अगर इसे चालू कर दिया है तो मतलब अब अवेलेबल है कि नहीं. अब है कि ना अवेलेबल. मेरे को कितनी सारी चीजें करनी है भाई. अभी तो और भी मिशन है भाई बाकी तो मैं तो किया ही नहीं अभी तक. The quest location currently involved in other quests. Please check the details. Enable entry question. ले अब अवेलेबल कर रहा हूँ. ये पहले नहीं हो सकता था. मैं तक घूम लिया. मेरे को अब यही करना पड़ेगा. मेरे को फटाफट कंप्लीट करनी है. मैं आर्कन को बाद में करना चाहता हूँ गाइस. मैंने फिर भी चलो चालू कर दी जरा से चालू. चलो जल्दी. अब ठीक है ना.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. You came.
जरूर.
Yep, and it looks like we made it just in time. Although, can't say the same for the Cuckoosaurs. Bit of a low turnout, huh?
Yeah, you'll see why soon enough.
All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1, fly!
Whoa! We're really flying! I feel light as a feather. I'm flying without a Cuckoosaur.
These phlogiston wings are awesome!
What's going on? Paimon can barely believe her eyes. How did they fly all on their own?
Jetpacks. What happened while we are...
The merchants we ran into that day were selling a product called phlogiston wings. It's a flying machine worn on the back. To operate it, you just use a handheld trackball that controls the flow of gaseous phlogiston.
That's incredible.
Yeah. If our tribe, well, if Natlan mass adopted this technology, it would revolutionize our mobility and responsiveness in times of crisis. Just think of the countless tragedies that could be averted.
I feel like I'm dreaming. Did I really just fly on my own without the help of a Kukasaur?
You'd better believe it.
ये
Plus,
वैसे
you just passed the flying trial. Right, Elder Alba?
जरूरी नहीं है ये.
Elder Alpa?
Should this really count as a pass? If we did the trial using phlogiston wings?
Why not? The scoring rubric is about flying performance. It doesn't specifically say you have to ride a Kukasaur, does it?
मतलब ही क्या है फिर उसका?
Yeah, maybe, but... I mean, even Chaska had to ride a Kukasaur in a trial, right? And the whole point of the trial is to test both your flying technique and your ability to work with a Saurian companion.
Well, if we can fly by ourselves, maybe we don't need to test the ladder anymore.
Chaska, Traveler, what are your thoughts on this new invention?
It's a good invention. The sooner while you adapt, the better. It's an unknown quality you should use.
Right? That's what I think too.
I agree that they have strategic value. But I don't think it makes any sense to evaluate candidates by the current testing standards if they're using phlogiston wings.
Wait.
Why? Shunan finally mustered the courage to go through with this. And now you're saying it doesn't count?
I don't have any experience using these wings in battle. Nor is it immediately obvious how to incorporate them into the existing systems in our tribe. Taking a longer-term perspective, I think we need to start by getting thoroughly acquainted with how these things work. Then we can develop a new trial format with new assessment criteria, tailored to candidates using the phlogiston wings.
You all raise valid points. But Chaska, while your proposal sounds perfectly reasonable, it would probably take years to put it into practice. We lost so many people in that war. These phlogiston wings could be exactly what we need to strengthen our forces and boost morale in this trying time. And as for real-world battle experience, there will be plenty of opportunities to gain that. I have high hopes for you, Junon.
Huh?
Hey, stop staring into space! Say thank you!
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Elder Alpa.
You have nothing to thank me for. Remember, the way you got your wings back was by relying on yourself.
Oh, Elder Alpa! Bad news! Kukasaurs are attacking the merchants again!
Again? Okay, everyone, stay put while I...
समझ गया.
Chaska!
वही कुकुसोर को हमला करके उनके विंग्स लेके कुछ ना कुछ तो कर रहे हैं. Gun and wings.
That's right, Chaska, rush off like that! And then Elder Alpha and the others too? Anyway, let's go see what this is all about.
मेरे को तो ये लग रहा है कि वो उन पे हमला कर रहे हैं और उसकी वजह से वो विंग्स में दिक्कतें आ रही है. चलो उनको दिक्कत हो रही है ना कुकुसोर्स देखे. ये रहे यहीं पे हैं सारे अभी पता चलेगा.
Oh, it's back! It found us again! Run! Get out of here!
Curses. She's really riled up this time. Hey! Stop running! We'll never outrun a creature with wings! Get back here and let's fight!
Stop! All of you!
Chaska! Oh, wonderful! Quick, get rid of that thing!
इसकी मम्मी है क्या?
What's going on? Why isn't she doing anything?
So it really is you. Sister.
Wait, sister? That Kukusaur is Chaska's sister?
फैमिली भी होगी ना यार. तो पहले रेस तो उसी से हुई ना.
Koya, wait!
Is Chaska gonna be okay? Should we go check on her? Chaska, are you okay?
I'm fine. Sorry for making you worry.
You're not going to keep following her.
No point. She's an expert at hiding her tracks. Once she's shaken you off, you'll never catch up to her. At least, I always used to lose to her at hide-and-seek when we were kids.
And were you
Well,
kids?
yeah. You know I was raised by Kukasaurs. Anyway, she and I grew up in the nest together. Her name's Koya, and she's my big sister. We played together all the time, chasing each other through treetops or mountaintops. It felt like it would go on that way forever. Until the day I was sent back to live with the humans. Not all Kukasaurs are friendly towards people. Koya, for instance, she's fine with me because we grew up around each other, but she's not fond of other humans. When Mom decided to send me away, Koya strongly protested, and after I left, she became more and more reluctant to interact with humans.
Maybe she thinks that humans stole you away from her.
It's a possibility, but in any case, we still stayed best friends at first. I had a hard time adjusting to life in the tribe. So whenever something went wrong, I'd run off into the wild and vent to Koya.
Ah, so that's what Uncle Cusco was talking about. He said you seemed to prefer hanging out with Saurians to your own kind back then.
Yeah, I did. But then, gradually, everything changed. With a new mom and dad, a new tribe, and Koichi, I started getting curious about these humans, and made an effort to understand their behavior. The more time I spent with them, the less I spent with Koya. And then, one day, it was Koya's turn to leave the nest. She sought me out and asked if I was willing to leave the tribe and go live in the wilderness with her. As far as I can remember, that was the first time she ever approached a human settlement on purpose.
So, how did you answer her?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you if I'd said yes.
So she
No,
turned around.
I was torn. On the one hand, I'd already made up my mind to embrace my new family and accept my human identity. But I also knew that Koya wasn't a fan of humans, and I didn't want to disappoint her. She took my hesitation as an answer. She saw it as a personal betrayal, threw a huge fit, and then flew off. We hadn't seen each other since, well, until today. Not for a lack of trying, though. I tried asking Mom where Koya's new nest was so I could talk things out with her. But Koya had already asked Mom not to tell me where she'd moved to. It must be hard for Mom, being stuck between her two daughters. So I didn't press the issue. And I didn't go looking for her.
But after that,
If things carry on like this, I need to make sure I find her before anyone else. Even if she doesn't want to see me. For now, let's bring the wounded back to the tribe. And see what Mutota and Elder Alba have in mind.
Carving waves.
ये अपने आप ही चले जाते हैं यार। लाओ लाओ लाओ, लोजिस्टन लाओ भाई थोड़े। हाँ
Let's ride.
अरे मर गया क्या वो? नहीं भाग गया वो। फैमिली की भी तो दिक्कत है, फैमिली इश्यूज है सारे दोनों। बेसिकली हर फैमिली का यही है, समझ सकता हूँ।
What kind of tone are you supposed to talk to Saurians in?
Carving waves.
कोई जरूरत नहीं, प्यार से समझाओ, प्यार से सब मान जाते हैं। टोन की क्या बात कर रही हो? लाओ भाई ये ला दो। कहाँ।
So, I hear there's been another Kukasaur attack.
Ha! I knew it! They're wild animals, and they can't be trusted.
Hey, show a little respect. The Kukasaurs are our partners.
Maybe in the flying squad, but they don't give a hoot about the rest of us.
Well, now that we have the phlogiston wings, do we even need the Kukasaurs anymore?
Are you kidding? How are we supposed to protect our tribe without them?
सही बात।
I didn't mean it like that.
Huh? Protect our tribe? Or are you just scared that your precious flying squad will lose its prestigious position?
You take that back!
लड़ाइयाँ हो गई भाई।
Things are changing so quickly.
Chaska, there's a conflict emerging there. Aren't you going to nip it in the bud?
The whole tribe's talking about this now. Breaking up a single fight won't solve anything. The real source of conflict here is the phlogiston wings. And what happened with Koya.
On any other day, people would just brush this attack aside. After all, clashes between wild Kukasaurs and humans are no more common than those between people.
But now that the phlogiston wings have entered the equation, it's sparked a debate over whether our tribe needs the Kukasaurs at all.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes of the Cinder City. Back then, Lord Ochkon's hatred of the Saurians nearly destroyed the peace forged by the Pyro Archon. Chaska, to prevent things from deteriorating further, I'd like to task you with restoring peace to the tribe.
I will.
Traveler, you've already done so much for Natlan, and the Flower Feather clan has no right to ask more of you. But looks like I was making a mountain out of a molehill.
And don't forget about Paimon. Just leave this to us.
This whole situation has unfolded so quickly that it's put us on a back foot. To tell the truth, it makes me a little suspicious.
You think someone might have orchestrated all this?
It's possible. Leave it with me. I'll look into it. Also, Chaska, could you try to keep a low profile while you're out there digging around? We don't want to give our hand away.
I'll do my best.
मेरे को तो ये लगता है कि वो
So where should we start?
jetpacks के कोई सीन गलत है भाई।
This all began with Koya's attacks. If we can find out what led her to do it, that should give us something to work with.
But we still need to...
Unlikely. Given how she reacted when I showed up, I don't think she's forgiven me. If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes you need a third-party facilitator. Let's go see my mom.
इधर उधर ज़्यादा दूर नहीं है वो। टेलीपोर्ट मार सकता हूँ मैं? इधर है वो। मुरुल्लो भाई नहीं मार सकते भाई, मार ही नहीं सकते। हवा दो, हवा दो, हवा दो नीचे से, हवा दे दो प्लीज। अरे ला 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 ला, चढ़ सकते हैं यार। मेरे को लगा उड़ के जाएंगे आराम से। यहाँ है ना, बस ये यही काफी है, बस यही चाहिए अपने को बस। अब एंटर कर जाते हैं फटाफट, अब उड़ के जाए, बस यही तो चाहिए अपने को। धन्यवाद। किधर चलने का आपने को? चलो पहुंच गए। किधर है वो? नीचे होगी।
Wow, so this is where you used to live as a child?
Mm-hmm. When I was little, we used to do this thing where I'd jump from the top of this tree, and Koya would fly over from the platform and catch me in midair. Or sometimes we'd both fly from the treetop together, and then after some aerial maneuvering, she'd throw me up onto that platform. After we got a bit older, we went to the nearby shores looking for even greater heights.
Stop! You're gonna give Paimon a heart attack!
Oh, really?
Skydiving पसंद है।
I just thought it made a fun story. Then I'll share more with you when there's time. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Hey, Mama Bird. I'm back. My last visit was only a week ago, wasn't it? See? I visit you more than I visit Papa Cusco. I brought a couple of friends with me. These are the Traveler and Paimon. Traveler, Paimon, this is my mom. Her name is Chimpu.
Chimpu.
In the human tongue, anyway.
Hi!
See you in distant ceremony.
No, not really. I don't speak it as such, but I can sort of get the gist. Although only with Mom and Koya, since I spent my formative years with them. Even then, it's basically a best guess based on their sounds, body language, and expressions. Seems to work about 9 times out of 10, anyway. As for whether Mom understands me, I can't always tell. But somehow we still manage to communicate. Call it the family bond, I guess. Don't worry. I'm doing well, but I think Koya might be in some trouble. I know she's never been a fan of humans, but she's never deliberately attacked them before either. What's behind this sudden change?
Does, Auntie Chimpu know anything?
Doesn't look like it. Koya hasn't visited her in a long time. Then, could you please tell me where she's living nowadays? I really need to talk to her. If this animosity between her and the tribe continues, then the next time there's an incident, I don't know if I'll make it there in time.
What did she say?
She said she'll take us there. Thank you, Mom.
चलो भाई. ये ले लो भाई फटाफट. चाहिए 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 चाहिए. किधर है वो? अरे भाई, ये मजाक कर रहे हो तुम? मैं उड़ के जाऊं? कैसे उड़ेगा तुम? कैसा? अच्छा ऐसा, अच्छा ये गलती कर दी मैंने. गए 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 गए. तो मैं फिर जाऊंगा. ऐसे ही जाऊंगा मैं, तो उड़ के जाऊंगा. कर लो जो करना. चलाओ, उड़ाओ. ये ट्रैक को फॉलो करते हुए जाऊंगा. ये ट्रैक करेंगे फॉलो. अब ऐसे ही जाएंगे उड़ के, जैसे ही करना था. मैं भी चिड़ों की तरह ऐसे जा रहा हूँ. ये लो भाई, एक और रास्ता लो. एंटर मार लेंगे. एंटर. ये बात, धन्यवाद. पहुंचने वाले हो? ऐसे जाने का अलग ही मजा है भाई. उड़ के जाने का मतलब तुम्हें बस ट्रेल देखने पड़ेंगे कैसे उड़ सकते हो तुम. अगर वो कर लिया तो ठीक है. फिर पहुंच गए. और शायद नीचे होगी तुम. नीचे है ना थोड़े शायद. ये लो.
This is a really remote location. Because she was trying to get as far away from humans as possible.
We stay here? Okay. Got it. Traveler, Paimon. Mom says we should stay out of sight for now. She'll talk to Koya first. Koya is very hostile toward humans right now. So if we show up unannounced, it might just make things worse.
Got it.
Any idea what they're saying?
Sounds like things are more complicated than I imagined. There's evidence in this area suggesting that Koya might have been The victim of a human attack.
चीखती बहुत है एक तो।
No. It's Chime, Koya's child. The attackers kidnapped her. They came over the sea, under the cover of night, and they took Chime.
What the heck? Who would do such a thing?
I searched day and night, and finally found them.
Does she mean?
Oh yeah! Tafal's contraption is working like a charm. Got her in one.
Hey, there's another one. Wait, is that the one that got away last time?
Who cares? Just get them all. Tafal pays us per catch.
You pagal do. जाओ भाई.
Chaska? How do you get here? Quick, stop her!
Don't you even think about running away!
एक ही attack.
Don't come any closer, or I'll... Go, Phlogiston Wings! Take me out of here!
Uh-oh, looks like it malfunctioned!
This is bad. Mom and Koya are already injured. And if that thing explodes right next to them...
Help! Elemental energy suppresses it! Please, someone!
Get back!
क्या
It's still going, and it's getting worse!
Guess we need a more permanent solution. All right then.
Just get to the malfunctioning task.
That was too close. I thought I was gonna die.
That can skill. लगा ही तुम लोग बुरा ही करेंगे.
Answer us honestly. Were you the ones who attacked Koya before?
I am... No, it was...
Well, she says it was you.
If you still want to deny, we have the other ways to making it out.
Just tell me, who sent you here?
It was T'Pol. He told us to catch all the wild Kukasaurs we can find. And he also said that this Kukasaur has become a thorn in his side, so it needs dealing with urgently.
T'Pol? Huh. Sounds familiar. But where from?
Well, he tends to send his orders in writing. He pretty much never communicates with us in person. When he does, he wears a mask to hide his face. And whenever we trade Kukasaurs for Phlogiston Wings, we deal with his henchmen.
So you didn't even make those wings?
All we did was slap some labels on them and transport them over here, to make them look like they're imported.
To make it harder to trace their origins.
Why does he want to get it?
I don't know, honest!
Well, that's mighty convenient, huh? What about if I held a gun to your head? Would that change your answer?
No need. I'm sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. T'Pol doesn't tell us much, but he always stresses that he wants them alive. So that gives us some clues. This is just a best guess, of course, but we suspect that the gaseous phlogiston stored in the track balls is drawn directly from the Kukasaurs.
What?
Easy now. You're still injured. Hey, keep talking.
Yes, ma'am. So, the gaseous phlogiston has to be highly refined in order to power the phlogiston wings. The slightest imperfection can have disastrous consequences, as you just witnessed. But the Kukasaurs have a natural ability to process gaseous phlogiston. So, if you use them as an intermediary, then...
इसके बच्चे को का मार दिया
That's
गया.
enough. So the Kukasaurs you took. Where are they now?
T'Pol should have them. But no one knows where he's based, apart from him and his henchmen. We've tried looking for it ourselves, even followed them a few times. But we always end up losing track of them.
Random thought. Maybe they're hiding up in the sky?
I guess this means we can't go up.
T'Pol. T'Pol. I'm sure I've heard that name. Maybe it was...
Chaska, Traveler!
That voice! It's Alpa!
Elder Alba? What brings you all the way out here?
Well, I was patrolling nearby when I heard the sound of an explosion. What's going on?
Let me fill you in. He explained T'Pol's scheme to her.
I don't believe it.
Elder Alba, does the name T'Pol ring a bell to you? I feel like I've seen it written down before. Maybe in a list of candidates for the flying trials?
Huh? So he's a member of your tribe then?
No. If he was a member of the Flower Feather clan, I'd definitely know him.
Shall we head back to the tribe and do something?
Now that you mention it, I do remember a young man from outside our tribe who came to participate in our flying trials once. You were away on a mission at the time, which is probably why you don't remember him. He was a craftsman from the Children of Echoes, but he'd always dreamed of soaring the skies, so he wanted to join our flying squad.
The Children of Echoes? That's rare.
But despite his best efforts, he unfortunately failed to pass the trial and gain the Kukasaur's approval. In the end, he went wingless and returned dejected to the Children of Echoes.
Wingless, huh? Maybe he invented the phlogiston wings to get revenge on the Kukasaurs.
Perhaps. Or maybe it's simply his way of dealing with his regrets over his past flying endeavors.
Either way, it doesn't excuse his abuse of the Kukasaurs. I'm gonna take these guys back and expose the truth to the tribe. It's time for this conflict to end.
Easy, Chaska. Remember what I said about keeping a low profile? The ringleader still hasn't shown himself, and this man's allegation about powering the phlogiston wings with Kukasaurs is only speculation. Bringing these men to the tribe now won't win over any current supporters of the phlogiston wings. In fact, it may even escalate the conflict further. After all, many are mistrustful of the Kukasaurs after recent events.
Is that why T'Pol waited until now to try to capture my sister?
I don't know. I mean, he did tell us to spread negative rumors about the Kukasaurs and slip some mora to anyone opposed to them, but...
But Koya only attacked humans because they stole her child!
Nevertheless, we will be hard-pressed to change people's minds while emotions are running high. Unless we have irrefutable evidence.
Catch T'Pol.
Bravo! My thoughts exactly. In the meantime, leave these men with me. I'll escort them back to the tribe. I'll take the other members of their crew into custody, too. They won't get another chance to stir up trouble.
Fair enough. I guess finding T'Pol is gonna be the key to resolving this conflict. Let's hope the Children of Echoes have some info on him. Sorry, whatever it is, it'll have to wait till this is all blown over. I have to fix this situation before it spirals out of control. Mom, sis, rest up and get well soon. I gotta fly.
Everyone get leaving. If you are worried, go ahead and follow her. Don't worry about me, Mom can take care of this. Got it. चलो भाई.
So Alpa says that T'Pol's from the Children of Echoes. But how do we track him down? Just ask around until we find him?
Let's start by talking to someone we know. It'll be faster that way. At this time and place, I'll bet the easiest person to find is... Wakey, wakey, Shilonen!
Oh, it's you. Okay, give me a second. I'll come down.
पेड़ पे सोते ना यार. ओह, scene. Seems like you both love climbing trees.
I climb trees to fly further and see farther. I don't usually stop for a nap.
Well, we're not all like you. Always full of energy, even after flying around all day. Yeah. So, you've come all this way and interrupted my precious nap time. Might I inquire as to, why?
I'm sorry, Shilonen, but it couldn't wait. Does the name T'Pol mean anything to you? He's a craftsman, apparently.
Huh. T'Pol. Yeah, that rings a bell. I think that's Puma's child.
Is he...
Nope, I'm afraid you're a few years too late. Why are you looking for him?
It's a long story. You try to explain what happened simply and briefly.
Huh, phlogiston wings. Wow, okay. The kid actually pulled it off. Well, looks like, no more rest for me today.
Pulled it off? You mean he's tried making something like this before?
Yeah, he started trying to build a flying machine right after he got back from the Flower Feather clan.
So right after he went wingless, then. Was this flying machine anything like the gun you made me?
You mean your gun that's harder to tame than the proudest Kukasaur? No, he wanted to build something that allows anyone to fly freely, even if they're not naturally gifted. But he never got very far back then, though. Blew up his workshop a few times and barely made it out alive. I never really kept up with him after that. His parents traveled a lot in their youth and only returned to the tribe after he was born. But they settled in a remote area and don't interact with other people much. Which means most people in the tribe don't know them very well. Your best bet is to chat to his direct family. I'll, go get Puma. Wait for me in front of the workshop. I won't be long.
चलो अब वहाँ चलने का अपना इसकी आवाज ही क्यों कर रहे हो तुम यार चलो लग रहा है जिराफ से टेलीपोर्ट करो भाई जाना किधर है इधर जाना है ना टेलीपोर्ट करो
I'm back. Allow me to introduce T'Pol's mother, Puma.
Hello, we're...
Oh, save the pleasantries. I don't want to spend any longer talking about that boy than I have to.
Huh?
I disowned him long ago. He is no child of mine. All he cared about was his pipe dream of reaching the sky. Oh, we tried to talk sense into him, but he was obsessed. And then when he left us, he spouted some nonsense about building a workshop in the sky to avoid the constant criticism of us ground dwellers. He left his notebook behind. Whatever questions you have, you can look for them in there. I am done talking about him. He's no son of mine. He never called me Mom anyhow.
समझ गए ठीक है बस
Wow, they've really fallen out. Paimon sure wasn't expecting that.
Her husband, T'Pol's father, he passed away recently, and T'Pol didn't even bother to show his face at the funeral. If you ask me, that was probably the final straw for Puma. I'll go keep her company. If there's anything else you need, just come and find me.
Thank you.
जरूर
Okay, so this notebook is the only lead we got now, right? What's in there?
Oh. Long 97 experiment was a failure as expected. The technology of wood cannot land the slender city is not easily replicable. It seems that we all have to replay on a component obtained from this slender city from the time being log number 120. Those last special rules take the question ideals is just a few smash workshop I can even still risk. Father Emperor refused to support me now. Put up in those years in the drive, I'm sure.
Some early designs for the phlogiston wings, and some theorizing about an airborne workshop. Ochkanatlan, the Cinder City. Looks like that's where he got his technological inspiration from.
So, was he serious about the workshop in the sky? But that's such a big project for one person. Do we think he actually pulled it off?
Actually, look at the balloon scale.
Oh, yes. The one from the trial arena that was super high up.
That balloon has been there for a while, and everyone's been wondering how it got up there, but what if that's the wrong question? What if it started off even higher up, above the clouds and out of view, and it only descended to its current height due to some kind of malfunction?
Part of T'Pol's workshop?
Seems likely. If T'Pol's base had been hiding above the clouds this whole time, that would definitely explain why Isidore couldn't find it.
I totally called it! But how do we get up there? Chaska, can you even fly that high?
By myself? Possibly. But with a passenger, no chance. I doubt even phlogiston wings could take you up that high. At least, not without that relic T'Pol mentioned in his notebook.
Yeah, and he's probably holding on to it. We'll have to find another way. Nope. That's way beyond Paimon's altitude. Also, would you really expect Paimon to go up there and take on T'Pol all by herself?
Let's not worry. Just because we can't think of a solution doesn't mean no one else can. I'm not the only flying expert in my tribe, you know.
Oh, good point. We should go ask Elder Opa.
And Mutoda. He was quite the flying ace back in the day, too. Let's head back and see what they suggest.
गाइस अभी मैं देखता हूँ मैं ये करूँ कल भी कर सकते लाइव स्ट्रीम में पर क्या है अभी यहाँ पे मेरे को जाना है कहीं तो वो देखना पड़ेगा तो टाइम हो गया भाई इसे भी मैं कल लाइव स्ट्रीम पूरी करूँगा मैं सोच रहा था कि कर दूँ आज पूरी स्टोरी ख़त्म तो पर कोई बात नहीं, होता है, क्या ही कर सकते हैं, सबको भी अपने अपने काम होते हैं। तो आज के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही रखते हैं। आज के लिए इतने रखते हैं। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग गाइस, है ना। तो मिलते हैं आपको नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, ख्याल रखो अपना। और आज की लाइव स्ट्रीम के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही। थैंक यू गाइस फॉर वॉचिंग।
You can only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible.
Okay, thank you guys. Bye bye.